I think one other thing that's interesting about the Memento chain, Nicola, I don't know if you want to go into this, but the so there's the privacy aspect, but then there's the other aspect of also making it compliant, such as I think you essentially ensure that everyone operating within the chain has gone through a compliant KYC process, so people can be confident of who they're transacting with. Do you want to maybe also talk about a little bit about that? I think you guys have done a pretty novel mechanism for identity as well. I think identity is also a very big concept that is, it's an unsolved problem even in the traditional world because every bank has to do their own onboarding. So how does that kind of work with Memento?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's very important. I think, KYC and having like a digital identity, it's very important. I mean, we use one, mechanism using a soulbound token, but there are other ways, of course. I mean, for now, the soulbound token, I think, works for us. So this pretty much creates a digital identity for each users. And we use the soulbound token to not only identify the user, but also give permission to the user to certain function. So we have actually two-layer permission. One is at infrastructure level, where we allow users to enter or not enter the infrastructure. And then there is a second level application level where users are identified and authorized to do certain permissions. So for example, we store citizenship, we store obviously personal details, we store social wealth. There's different factors that are typical of KYC infrastructure, but they're all stored on-chain and off-chain, obviously with cryptography and encryption in place. But this allows us, for example, to offer certain product just to accredited and sophisticated investors, or allow certain product just to non-US citizens. For example, if there's a specific regulation that allows us to offer certain product outside the US. So we can identify every user and offer them different type of products. And the soulbound token, ideally, it's a feature that it's not done at customer level, but it's actually a global type of identity. So if I'm KYC with Deutsche Bank, I can use that soulbound token to go and operate, for example, with Citibank and JP Morgan. I don't need to do this again. So that's really the end goal, to have a digital identity. It's like a passport that you can use anywhere. So that it's completely different to what happens today, where every time a client that deals with a different bank has to go through that KYC process over and over.